Skibidi Toilet, YouTube's biggest sensation that is honestly a mystery to anyone under the age of 12 years old, now has a mobile game. And it might just be as cursed as the videos are. I can't lie to you guys, I'm really scared to check these games out because honestly, the YouTube videos terrify me. If you don't know what Skibidi Toilet is, it's a YouTube Shorts meme series created by user TheFuckBoom, and each episode gets over 100 million views. But wait, JeweledMuffin, I'm quite well versed in meme culture. Why haven't I heard of Skibidi Toilet before? Well, you know how there are like millennial memes about like adulting?
Oh man, what the fuck?
And there are like Gen Z memes about like, I don't know, killing yourself? Well, Skibidi Toilet is a meme for the new generation. Generation Alpha. To be honest, I didn't know there was a generation younger than Gen Z. I guess I don't really understand how generations work, but I'm a little confused. Who's in charge of like naming the generations and why do they name them those names? Like, why does this 5-year-old get to be Gen Alpha? Is he like an alpha male? Did they just think like this generation was gonna be the most dominant of all generations? I just imagine like a toddler with his own Andrew Tate like podcast talking about alpha versus beta babies.
If you're not drinking breast milk in your Bugatti, then bro, what are you doing? If you drink baby formula, then you might as well just crawl back into your mother's womb and stay there. Now, if you'll excuse me, me needs nappy time, because me is sleepy.
But Gen Alpha is real, and not only that, they're actually old enough to have their own memes. God, I sound so awkward and old right now, like a boomer, or worse, a fucking millennial. But I don't know, I guess I just don't know this stuff. I'm kind of out of the loop, I guess. Maybe this is a bit ageist of me to say, but when I heard that there was a Gen Alpha and they have their own memes now, and I heard one of them was Skibidi Toilet, I thought it was gonna be like a CoComelon-like YouTube channel, like making fun, educational memes about like how to be potty trained or something. Like, I imagine their intro would just be like, Skibidi Toilet! And I'm sorry for ever doubting you, Gen Alpha, because Skibidi Toilet is not even close to an educational fun meme. Skibidi Toilet is probably the deepest work of world building and lore since like, I don't know, the Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, the fucking Bible. The lore of Skibidi Toilet goes so deep, there are literally essays worth of blogs and hours worth of video content diving into the world of Skibidi Toilet. Now, I'm not here to break down the lore for you. I'm here to play the Skibidi Toilet mobile game and rate it 1 through 10. How does it stand the test of YouTuber, influencer, content creator mobile games? To be honest, the bar isn't very high to beat. You got like the Sway House app and like Annoying Orange. Okay, honestly, that game was kind of fun. But back to the point. I will give you a history lesson of Skibidi Toilet before we go in. But I'll try to keep it brief because, I mean, I could literally go on for hours and hours about how deep this lore goes. So it started off as just like this one video that seemed harmless enough. It was basically a Gmod, Gary's Mod meme of a man's face coming out of a toilet and then doing a weird dance to that viral TikTok sound. A little weird, a little absurdist, a little creepy, but honestly harmless enough. Also, I just find it hilarious that like every generation since Gary's Mod was created has their own version of a Gary's Mod meme. But back to Skibidi Toilet. Episode 3 is where things really start to pick up. We can see a group of regular old humans watching in terror and some even running away at the Skibidi Toilet man. Several of them, including one gigantic one right in the middle. This type of interaction between the scared regular humans and the menacing Skibidi Toilets go on for quite some time until episode 8, where an army of cameramen No, not like those cameramen. Like human bodies with cameras as head, those type of cameramen. The army of cameramen seem to have declared war on the army of Skibidi Toilets, and oh my god, I sound insane right now. Could you imagine, like, I don't know, General Ulysses S. Grant, fresh off his Civil War win? Imagine him time traveling into the future and hearing the things that are coming out of my mouth right now. That would be like insane for him to hear. Like, it would make no sense, but yet everyone in our generation and in Generation Alpha can just hear that and think it's totally normal and casual and funny and cool. Like, it all just makes sense to us. Though maybe I'm not giving General Grant enough credit. Maybe this makes a lot of sense to him. Maybe it's not that big of a jump for the Union to hear about fighting an army of toilets, considering they were used to fighting the Confederacy, a bunch of pieces of shit. So the army of cameramen call themselves the Alliance. They're actually our protagonists in this series, fighting against the antagonist, the Skibidi Toilets. And we ourselves, the viewer, are actually watching through the POV of one of these cameramen. Everything we see is through the first-person perspective of one of the cameramen of the Allegiance. Alliance. Now, this series gets a whole lot more convoluted. At one point, the Alliance creates a giant version of one of their cameramen, and that kind of helps to defeat the Skibidi Toilets, and then it seems like maybe the Alliance have won the war until the Skibidi Toilets captures one of the members of the Alliance hostage and, I don't know, like hacks into the wireframe of one of their brains to actually turn them against each other. So the Skibidi Toilets now also have members of the Alliance on their side fighting against the Alliance, and now it seems like the Skibidi Toilets might be winning the wars, but honestly, I didn't even get that far because I could not watch anymore. I physically could not take it anymore. After watching over 30 episodes in one sitting, I could literally feel my brain starting to rot. And I only made it to season 10. There are 20 seasons of this thing, with a new episode being uploaded almost daily, and each of them receiving around 100 million views. There's 20 seasons of this fucking mind bender of a show. If you guys want to watch me endure every episode of this series in one sitting, let me know, and maybe I'll listen to one of you cruel bastards and film my demise.
It's demise, you fucking idiot.
But for now, let's actually focus on the entire point of this video in the first place, which is to play the mobile game. Hey, what are you doing out there? Come down. That's too high for you. Come down from there. Come down. Ah, that's better. Welcome to my couch. Like I said before, I'm actually terrified to play this game because the YouTube series to me is super scary. Most of these episodes actually end in a jump scare of the Skibidi Toilet jumping at you right in front of the screen. Even though I was literally watching 30 episodes in one sitting, it still got me almost every single time. I don't actually know if the game has jump scares itself, but if it does, it may just be a contender for the scariest horror game of 2023. Pause. Me being the dumb boofy sandwich I am, didn't realize that there wasn't actually just one Skibidi Toilet mobile game. Instead, there were literally countless different versions of a Skibidi Toilet mobile game. Now, all of these games looked incredibly different from each other. So I decided to choose the most interesting looking games and rank them on a scale from 0 to 10 toilets. Our contenders were Skibidi War, a shooter game, Skibidi IO, a worm-like game, and Skibidi Toilet Attack, a horror game. Now, some of you might be saying, how can a meme be scary? It's just a meme. I heard someone compare Skibidi Toilet to Gen Alpha's version of Slenderman, and that could not be closer to the truth. It is actually a terrifying video series. But jumping into Skibidi War, it wasn't a great start. No, I don't think I want Skibidi War to track my activities across other companies, apps, and websites. I'm already scared enough of this game without them tracking my every move and selling my history to the black market. Captain Cameraman. The area is plagued with toilets. We need to get rid of them. Can you handle this, soldier? I don't remember any of them talking in the shorts, but maybe we're expanding the lore. No Skibidi Toilet will escape the flushing. I don't know why that's how my guy sounds. I don't know why the other guy sounds so much cooler than me, but I made the choice. I'm gonna commit to it now. What the fuck? I guess the game doesn't actually have like the licensing to use the copyrighted music of the original series. So instead there's just like this weird skibbity voiceover type that just sounds nothing like the original. The next problem came when I literally for the life of me could not figure out how to shoot my gun. How do I shoot? Oh my god. I swear to you guys, I did everything I could, tapped every button I could press, moved my fingers around frantically. But none of that mattered. I just kept getting killed. Toilet after toilet after toilet. And I swear to god I'm not lying to you, 45 minutes of gameplay of just straight death. How do you shoot? I decided to call it quits. Skibidi War gets 0 stars. I can't figure out how to shoot. I give up, it gets 0 stars. Deal with it. Next up, we have Skibidi IO, an IO type game. If you don't know what an IO type game is, it's one of those games where you're like some sort of avatar, kind of like a worm almost, and you're collecting kind of other smaller avatars and becoming the biggest one and killing the others. The fun in these games are usually that they're multiplayer, so you can mess with real people, but Skibidi IO is not multiplayer and also has kind of confusing mechanics. Like I start off as a toilet, but then when I eat enough toilets or cameramen, I actually become a cameraman myself, so I switch my position from a Skibidi Toilet to an Alliance member. I don't think the people who created the game actually ever watched the series. Okay, I've transformed into a cameraman now somehow. I guess enough toilets becomes an Alliance man somehow. I don't think that really makes sense because the Alliance are kind of against them, but sure. And after playing for like 10 to 15 minutes, I actually evolved into a huge toilet. Okay. Evolution completed. I've evolved. But for whatever reason or other, that evolution just took me to an ad and killed me. So I get to watch an ad to celebrate, I guess. Also, why did I die? Because I evolved. So because I evolved, I lost all my scores? That sucks. What's the point of evolving if you're just gonna be killed and then brought back to the starter level? That makes no sense to me. But the worst part of this game, honestly, was just that it wasn't really fun. Like, at all. Skibidi.io feels kind of pointless. I give Skibidi.io 2 toilets out of 10. I was gonna give it a 3 or 4, but those points got deducted because it killed me after I evolved, which makes no sense. But now time for my most anticipated game, Skibidi Toilet Attack, a horror game. I was already terrified of this series beforehand, and I wasn't ready for what was to come. Oh god, I think this was an actual horror game. I'm actually scared now. I found an abandoned nuclear facility, but it seems like there's something chasing after me. Oh no. Wait, why does this game actually seem so much better? I didn't even start playing the game and I already got an ad. Honestly, what was to come was also not much. Okay, so I can see, it's kind of like a Be Real. I could see him chasing me. That was it? Unfortunately, this game is more just a vessel to be used as a commercial for other games because basically every 10 seconds there's an ad. That just plays another ad. Every button leads to an ad. Now, I think a Skibidi horror game actually has a lot of potential, but unfortunately for this one, it's a fail. Though Skibidi Toilet Attack initially showed some promise, it ended up really just being a commercial for other games. Really, they should call it Skibidi Toilet Ad Tack. Ad tack. Attack, but with ad instead of ad tack. So in the end, what did we learn? YouTubers are still not good at developing mobile games. However, if there's one thing we can all take solace in, it's the fact that I'm back to Twitch streaming, baby. Twitch streams every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Saturday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you enjoyed some of the riveting gameplay you saw today, you'll enjoy a lot more of that, including some other fun just chatting events. I'll have Minecraft cooking, but in real life, Bob Ross painting stream, a stream where I narrate Planet Earth instead of David Attenborough, and even a series I'll be doing where every week I'll be playing 3 new free games that you can find online and play yourself. Some will be terrible, like all the games we played today. Some will be really good, like Annoying Orange. Let's be honest, guys, the Annoying Orange mobile game was the bomb. But regardless of the quality of the games, the quality of the streams will be top notch. So they're not ones to miss, guys. Check the link down below, twitch.tv/JeweledMuffin. Maybe leave a like and subscribe while you're down there. Okay, thanks, bye, love you.